Welcome back to The Van, Ryba's exclusive news network with your favorite tanker pilot, Legia, where we're serving up free trick and is heavy bras. God, it's the third video. All anyone hears is that I definitely went to college in Oklahoma. Good morning, Capsuleers. Today, Van brings you that all-important succulent information on a recently added counter surveillance system. Well, not so recently anymore, but hey, we got to it eventually. Now, many of you have already tried your hand at this new content, but we here at Van want to make sure you have all the information and few tips and tricks that we have tested and proven ourselves. So what is the basics of ESS, you ask? Well, to start, it's a system that takes roughly around 15 to 20% of each tick you receive in a system for ratting and stores it in a bank in that system. Then after 2 hours, it will automatically pay out to those who helped contribute to the bank. From testing and personal experience, it seems to pay out for a total of 40% more than ratting normally would. That means ratting in an ESS system can be very profitable versus NPC systems. That is, if it isn't stolen during those 2 hours, of course.
Wow, this shit is boring. Alright, let's check out what Ryba's doing.
The only problem with this fleet is that Legia's fat as shit, dude.
Right. And I'm flying at practice.
-1 on local.
Warp off, warp off, warp off!
Alright, let's wrap this shit up. Back to the boring stuff.
Now for a few best practices and tips. First of all, bring an afterburner. Micros do not function in the bubble and will leave you slow boating for an hour and a half to get out. Cruises and above can mean someone responding to you hacking the ESS could bring a group of battleships, so always be ready for this scenario and keep it in the back of your mind. The inhabitants of the system also have a full 6 minutes and 30 seconds to organize and come after you, so never think you're in the clear because there's only one guy in local and he's a frigate. He could be calling backup to come pod you for touching his ISK. Personally, I have favored close-range brawling ships since when someone takes the gate into the ESS bubble, they always land within 10k of the beacon. Also, fitting multiple webs makes it very hard for anyone to get away from you once they warp into the bubble, and since it's 75 kilometers of no warp and no micros allowed, there's no need for scrams or disruptors in the bubble, so why not throw an extra web on? More than one time, I have personally entered an ESS and seen long-range battleships parked outside the 75-kilometer bubble just waiting for someone to come into the ESS. So make sure you check the ESS itself with a D-scan and not just the acceleration gate. There might be a nasty surprise waiting for you. All in all, the ESS update brings us another way to find content on demand. You either get a fight or you steal the ratting proceeds. And on the other hand, if you're the ratter and no one comes to steal your bank, you make an increased profit. It's a win-win in the end for all of us. On a side note, the reserve bank is an entirely different monster. We will cover it once CCP decides to release the keys. Currently, there is no way to access this reserve bank. CCP is just letting them banks get real nice and juicy so that when the keys finally come out, there's a whole lot of content. CCP be tricksy sometimes. Once again, this was Legia OK Lorm, Head of Journalism with Ryba. Thank you for tuning in and stay tuned for the next episode of Vanguard Action News.